Rooster Teeth. How did 5 friends start a media empire with just 3 words? Red versus blue. Now, if you have been ever part of the gaming community, you've heard of the name Rooster Teeth. Back in 2003, no one could have imagined the impact that their new endeavor would have on internet entertainment. Rooster Teeth defined a generation of gamers.
Why am I doing it? You're not pressing A! Button!
I didn't say for the better, but 9.4 million subscribers later, has something changed? Now, when you're an institution for nearly 2 decades, it's practically impossible to get everything right. In fact, many things went horribly wrong.
Rooster Teeth is starting to crumble at an alarming rate, and that's saying a lot because we have been watching this company crumble for 1.5 years already.
This is going to be a tough one to do today. Devastating and one of the darkest days in the history of our company. I'm a little at loss as to how to proceed.
A lot can happen in 17 years. It begs the question, did Rooster Teeth grow too big for its britches? Well, we need to take a look at what really happened and how everything seemed to go south. Though, did you know back in the beginning, they weren't originally Rooster Teeth? In fact, they hadn't even met yet. The internet was only a new commodity and email was considered the shizzle, finally displacing the Pony Express. While attending the University of Texas at Austin, Burnie Burns and Matt Hullan collaborated with then actor Joel Heyman on a 1997 independent film called The Schedule. This film helping both Matt and Joel finding work in Los Angeles. Working at a local company called Telenetwork, Burns met Geoff Ramsey, then known as Jeff Fink. Burns later met Gustavo, Dan, and Jason, the 5 forming something called drunkgamers.com. Now, as you can probably assume by the website name, it was a website where the 5 reviewed various games under the influence. What influence? Imagination and booze. Here's the problem with that. According to Ramsey, the group tried to get free games to review but incurred the wrath of several game developers in doing so. Wait, you mean you don't want 5 drunk dudes sloshing all over your Nintendo 64? You know, thinking back, maybe they were truly ahead of their time. Have you seen drunk history? Drunk is in. So what do you do when you're poor, drunk, and you can't get anyone to sponsor you? Well, you change your name, of course, going from Drunk Media naturally to Rooster Teeth. Well, we named it something else to give people the idea that we were going to be doing more than that. So more than being drunk, that's a good start. The name Rooster Teeth is a euphemism for cockbite, an insult from the original Red vs. Blue trailer that Burns described as a touchstone for the audience. A touchstone. Did you give consent? Now, as a fan, you should have known that, right? You are a fan, aren't you? Well, maybe not anymore, but we'll get to that. Back here in 2003, the new group of 5, built on the foundations of friendship and community, were about to release what would be a game changer in online entertainment. The longest running web series other than Homestar Runner, Red vs. Blue, or RWBY. 17 full-length seasons, 5 miniseries, and a few stellar dance numbers later. This would ultimately be the cornerstone of the company.
Hey, you ever wonder why we're here? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it? I don't know, man. But it keeps me up at night.
What? I mean, why are we out here, in this canyon?
Rockin' out in 360p, this put them on the digital map, though losing some of its luster in later seasons, according to fans. And who could forget on Red Team, Colonel Sarge, Captain Dick Simmons, Lazy Captain Dexter Griff, and on the Blue Team, Private Leonard L. Church, Ladies Man, Captain Tucker, and dim-witted Captain Mike and Jacob Boos.
I had a girlfriend once. Nobody cares. I met her on the internet. Oh man, your girlfriend was a dude. Her name was Amelia. Even about investment opportunities in other countries. What? Dude, I don't think your girlfriend's name was Amelia. I think it was email. I'm pretty sure you fell in love with your email. She was always there for me. Until I forgot our special word.
Some kids were left behind. The first episode getting over 20,000 downloads in a day. The following episode downloaded hundreds of thousands of times. This series garnering so much attention that it actually caught the gaze of some notable guest stars. People like that one hobbit that did the thing with the ring. Ooh, I know that look. I think somebody found his Samwise.
College, I was drinking at the beach one time and I went back to my beer, but I didn't pick up.
Red vs. Blue would have an enormous impact on entertainment, at least for my generation. As well in particular, Machinima, a company now lost to time. Birthed from passion and a little alcohol, their journey had just begun, and their passion showed through.
When we had the first RTX, we had a Friday night mixer to start off the event. We didn't know what we were getting into. We hadn't been a community event like that where we had that number of attendees and fans and friends and family members and everybody. And when we walked into the ballroom where it was being held, it was overpowering.
Okay, just turn it off. Now, a lot of us remember Rooster Teeth from its OG spot it took on YouTube. So did you know initially they were very reluctant to join the site at all, citing it as competition, but eventually they saw the potential. The Teethed Rooster would then go on to publish a number of other online shows, such as RWBY, then Rooster Teeth Animated Adventures, where they discussed such important topics as remembering farts.
It's like probably one of the first things you laugh at as a little kid, and then like even as an adult or as an old person, you're still laughing at farts.
Seems a tad immature. I dare you to laugh, mother. Then there was Camp. In addition, there was also a number of other spin-off channels such as Achievement Hunter. They would even work with and acquire other YouTube channels, at one time partnering with other YouTube groups such as The Creatures, Sugarpine 7, and Cow Chop, to name a few. Even being acquired themselves by conglomerate Fullscreen for one hefty sum. Are you seeing a trend? For the better part of the late 2000s and early 2010s, Rooster Teeth was a powerhouse for entertainment magic. But you see, it wasn't just about growing. It was about throwing trick shots down in Skyrim. And even more important than that, it was about changing people's lives.
I can't read this, Katie.
It's okay.
I wrote something beautiful, and I really want to read it, but God. If you want Adam to read it? Yeah, go for it, man.
As the community we are, we can spend tomorrow and the following days in awe of the resources of our marathon. Has provided for children who are suffering in ways no person, no child or adult should suffer through. So thank you from the bottom of our heart.
5 friends starting something from nothing. And that spread into other media is going on even into today. Even so, there began to develop some cracks in this otherwise unchallenged foundation. Cracks that would become fissures. Like mansplaining on the bus, there was an issue of fansplaining afoot. But it wasn't just the fans now having issues with some of the content. In 2019, a string of layoffs only strengthened this argument that Rooster Teeth was falling apart. And as if that wasn't bad enough, in the same year, it was announced that the company's vice president of product and engineering was terminated due to domestic abuse and assault charges. Okay, we done yet? No? Ooh, that one hurts. Fast forward to June 2020, Heyman, one of the founding members, laid off from Rooster Teeth and reportedly not performing anymore in Red vs. Blue. And the final chip most recently as Burnie Burns leaving the company. Now this seemingly was a mutual departure, it still led to fan speculation. Rooster Teeth has always attributed their success to maintaining community. One of its core philosophies being, we only make content that we would want to see. It comes from a very genuine place. And see, that's exactly what makes them great. As they grew bigger, they would do more and more and more. But was it to a fault? Some fans just not liking the new direction of the company and other fans just being straight up cynical.
You just want to watch Rome burn. And you've been decrying the end of Rooster Teeth since 2004.
Viewers have been plotting the end of Rooster Teeth for years now. Some fans beginning to feel unsteady. And of course there are the nostalgic fans who just want it the way it was. That same daily dose of content just doesn't give you the hit that you used to get. Come on, baby, I know you can do it. Come on, give me that hit. It's rather depressing. So how about we play a game? A game where we find seriously concerned fans who suddenly know everything there is to know about running a company. I'm Chad. I've been a Rooster Teeth fan for years, but over the past year or so, I watched Rooster Teeth really start to decline as a company. Not in quality of the company, but the decisions of the company. Hi, I'm Chad, and I got my business degree from watching videos online. I even made my own certificate. Smart. Let me stop beating around the bush. Rooster Teeth is producing too much content. Now this problem isn't affecting the viewers in a negative way. Rather, it has the potential to affect Rooster Teeth as a company in a negative way. This really isn't a problem for the viewers themselves as they can find their niche and continue to consume content. Okay, so the problem isn't about the viewers. And if the content has been made always for the viewers, what's the problem? This could be bad news for Rooster Teeth in the long run, as the revenue they collect is directly related to the amount of views they receive. A Child Boy Genius Chad here has brought up a good point. Has Rooster Teeth been spreading itself too thin? But here's another important point. Rooster Teeth isn't just a YouTube channel. Yes, a lot of people know them from YouTube and a lot of people consider them YouTubers, including myself. It's no longer this group of friends drunkenly reviewing games. I mean, sure, they get drunk.
If your first pet, what was your first pet? Oatmeal. I remember oatmeal.
But it's teams and teams of teams. Bottom lines, sponsors. Rooster Teeth First, a subscription program to support them and their website. A company spreading its wings into other forms of media. Now some of you out there may say, Ryan, I didn't know that was your name. But they have forgotten about the viewer. No, they haven't. And I can prove this with another amazing clip from another video by Close Enough.
And I say with sincerity and without malice or sarcasm, I hope you move forward in your lives and you find something you're as passionate about as I am about Rooster Teeth. And I hope you create your own Rooster Teeth in whatever medium it is, whatever industry, and I hope you find success.
That passion is the same passion that's always been there with Rooster Teeth. I didn't see it a couple years ago when I stopped watching, but it's still there.
Honestly, great work from Close Enough. The rest of the video is linked down in the description below. See, if you go back, Rooster Teeth was all about passion. Passion that is clearly still there today. And when you watch someone for so long, it's easy to get wrapped up in the nostalgia. And when a creator tries something new, it's completely understandable to be resistant to that change. And maybe the change isn't for you or me. That doesn't mean you have to resent the things that they did that you still love about them. Rooster Teeth has done one thing. They've always looked to the future. And yeah, sure, maybe our futures don't align with theirs, but they embody living proof that anything is possible. 5 friends creating a media empire with a lot of passion, hard work, and 3 words. Red versus blue. Remember, I'm Ryan, and I'll see you in the next video.